stood still. He told us where to stand. And Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. And then something went wrong. Ray Ray and King Kong got caught in a silent jam. Pace.
It came from where?
Outer space. This is how the message
Damn
ran.
transvestites.
Science fiction.
Double feature. Gotta love the lips. Gotta love the lips.
Mwah.
Frankenstein. Good old Rocky. Oh, gotta love this song, man. Oh.
Late night double feature.
Oh man,
Picture
I could go
show.
on and on, man. This is going to be great.
If you know that, you know what we're doing.
We are doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show, 1975.
Actually, we're a little late. Last month had its
40th anniversary.
So we're a little behind.
That's all
But It
right.
seemed appropriate.
Yeah.
New Blu-ray coming out next week, which I will be buying. This is the first time in the history of Little Monsters Movie Podcast I have not watched the movie because I've seen it
So many times. Well, let me start off. This is the Little Monsters Movie Podcast, of course. Dino and Ted. And we also started adding, and this is only if you guys want to, because we don't want to do no commercials on the beginning of our videos or anything like that. And we got a little donate button. If you look on YouTube,
Cha-ching!
you'll see the little donate button at the top. Click it and help out.
We got bills to pay.
Any little thing will help us, and it lets us be able to continue to do what we're doing.
These Gatorades that I bring every week cost money.
Well, he just peed in it. That's why it's yellow. But
Don't
anyways.
drink it.
But if you would,
Take
please,
it.
it'll help us out. But either way, we're always free. No commercials for you, man. That's for darn sure. But loving the subscribers and stuff. But anyways, man, oh my God, yeah. This is where me and Ted had our first
We met.
meeting, and
Yeah, this is where we met at the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
yeah, and of course everybody dressed up. They're
At the Cedar Lee Theater
Cedar,
in Cleveland
yep,
Heights here in
yep.
Northeast Ohio.
the performance group
Right?
was
They
there. I
still
think.
play it.
Yeah.
That used to be every Saturday night. Now I think it's like twice a month.
Right.
And whatever day Halloween falls on, they definitely do it on Halloween a couple times.
Mhm.
But I remember my first time going.
Let me just say.
I don't think you guys know the history of it, but maybe we'll talk about it a little anyway.
Well, we'll just. I'll say 3 words, but I won't say anything about it.
Mhm.
Okay, transvestite, transsexual, Transylvania, and but then we'll go along in the movie. We'll figure out. I could give it away, but everybody probably knows. But those 3 words, I'm telling you, this is rock, epic, musical, which
It's
stems
got a
off
little
of
bit of everything.
the horror, science fiction, B horrors from the 1930s to 70s.
Right.
And started off. It was a British theatrical play
written by Richard O'Brien, who plays Riff Raff in the film.
Yes.
He
1974, right? A
Maybe-
year before the movie, I think.
Or maybe he wrote it the year before that, but
Okay.
he was kind of a down and out actor, and it was wintertime and cold, and he just wrote this to amuse himself. And he was also a big fan of cheesy B movies from the 50s, science
Yes.
fiction, horror movies, Hammer movies, which there are
Science
some links to
fiction.
Hammer movies in here.
Oh,
And just-
I was going to say that. Yeah, it was
There's a couple of
filmed Bray Studios,
Studios.
Oakley, which was the Hammer set.
Hammer set. And there's some of their props in there.
Yeah, so we had to throw
As
that
the movie gets
Ted's
to it,
way.
I'll just stop what I'm talking about. Go, oh, Hammer effect.
There you
We
go.
are playing the movie here. So once in a while, I might blurt out some of the audience participation stuff.
There you
I
go.
have started off as a play, did pretty well. It played for quite a while. Went to bigger theaters and bigger theaters. It still plays.
Well, it was kind of panned when it first came out because of the whole. I don't think
the
people
movie
got
especially.
it. Yeah, the movie.
When the movie,
Yeah.
yeah. And
I mean, hey, I think the whole
how do you sell something like
transvestite thing, you know, and
it really
oh my God
became unique in that it turned into
what it is now,
participation phenomenon, which wasn't planned, was never intended, and it just kind of happened spontaneously
and brung around the counterpoint dialogue that people threw out, just not the script words, but just.
And I've seen this in a couple. I haven't seen it outside of Ohio. I've seen it here in Cleveland. We have another city up northwest called Toledo. I've seen it there. And little differences depending on where you go, regional things. But there's some key things that get done no matter where you go. Some key phrases that get shouted out. And I do know that if you say the wrong things or if your timing is off, people in that audience that are hardcore, they'll yell at you.
They'll kick your butt.
Yeah, they'll yell at you, man. They'll
drag you out.
Tell you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you said the wrong word once, and they drug you out and bruised you up.
They roughed me up good, didn't
you?
They?
Bled out good in the alley,
yeah.
And we saved you.
So I remember I started going to see this movie when I was probably a sophomore in high school. I remember my friends had gone like the week before or earlier. They had went like the year before. Yeah. And it always sounded like it was so fun. They talked about throwing rice and dancing and stuff like that. And the next year, when it was my buddy's birthday, it was in October, and that's when we were going to go. I got to go. And if you've never been, the first time you go, you are a virgin. And even if your friends tell you that they're not going to do anything, we're going to point you out. If there's virgins there, we're going to point you out.
I think I was the first time we met, and you had gone prior.
Oh yeah, I'd been plenty before we met.
Yeah, and I never been. So it was an experience.
I don't remember what they did to you, but I remember what they did to me. So this whole turned into people throwing rice and squirt guns during the rain, toast, toilet paper, cards,
hollering back at the characters.
Right,
you know,
flashlights. You bring flashlights, party horns, rubber gloves. People dress up as the characters in front of the screen and act it out as it's going on.
I would have dressed up like Dr. Frank-N-Furter, but
that's how he greeted me at the door. But then he put this on.
I did my lingerie just.
Oh, should we even tell them? I don't know if you can notice, but we're in a different corner now. We're going to spread out and expand.
Yeah, we kind of.
I guess it all looks the same.
Last minute thing. It is expanding and stuff, but it's kind of set up. You probably can't tell.
We're in a completely different room.
Yes, we are. but yeah, we're changing.
Yes, I mean, in some cities, I read that the character that Meatloaf plays in the movie, who's a motorcycle guy, they even ride a motorcycle into
good old Eddie.
But I remember, and this is what gradually grew out of. I think it started in New York, and I don't know. Then it just played at midnight, and it's the longest running film in history.
Once they started playing it at midnight, is when it really started taking off, because you get the
college campuses.
Yeah, the crowd that wants to really party and get things going.
And it was always fun. I never had a bad time at a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening.
Yeah.
So I've seen this movie in the theaters more than any other movie. And that includes Star Wars, because I saw Star Wars a bunch of times.
And Tim Curry, man,
Tim Curry is fantastic.
Oh my God,
Tim Curry
doubt
is in a lot of. I mean, he's a great actor. He's in a lot of movies that are not so good. Right. And you take a job, you got to pay the bills, you got to eat. Yeah. But I will say Tim Curry is always the best thing in those movies.
Oh yeah, Clue. There's another one.
He's fantastic. Legend, which isn't that great of a movie, even though I tend to like those types of movies. Legend's not one of my favorites. Yeah. But that character of darkness that he plays, epic. I mean, there's the old sci-fi show Lex. He was in that for an episode or so. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Or no, he wasn't in Oscar. Okay. That was the Stallone movie he was in. Sorry,
but man,
movie.
I tell you though, man,
Home Alone 2. Terrible movie. But damn if he doesn't make the movie fun.
Tim Curry is he's just a personality. I mean, the way he performed this was just so great, man. I love it.
Right.
I love everything about this movie, man. Riff Raff. Me too. The way he talks is just.
That's Richard O'Brien, man.
It's awesome. Just so great.
And there's nothing bad in this movie.
And even Columbia, the way she's got more of a 50s spin on the musical side of it.
Magenta, Brad and Janet, Rocky, Dr. Scott.
Yeah, we'll get into
narrator or the criminologist, I should say, Eddie.
It's great though, man. So I love it.
Yeah. So I remember my first time going. I'll just share that before we start talking about the film.
It started a punk music fashion too back then, but okay, go ahead.
My buddy said he wasn't gonna, out me as a virgin.
Yeah.
He even showed me he had like some music videos recorded off MTV, and that was the only way you could get any bit of Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Because this movie didn't even come out on videotape until like 1990, like the 15th anniversary. And even then, videos, you remember, you couldn't just go to a store and buy a videotape usually. It was like $90, $100 to buy a movie.
Holy moly.
And he got it, I remember. His folks bought it for him for his Christmas. So yeah, I'd go over there and we watch it. I think we watch it like twice in a day or something. But so I saw a few of the songs. I kind of had an idea of what the movie was about. Because when they explained it to me, I'm like, what?
I know. Yeah, sounds weird.
And I remember, this is when they were a little bit more lenient. We had toast. We had a 5-pound bag of rice, and all the other
guys
goodies.
Took with you.
Yeah, and they didn't really check you when you went in there. Playing cards, things like that.
I think they knew what was going on. I mean,
they were a little bit more lenient then.
Yeah.
Now they're a lot more strict. There's usually a police officer or two that checks you. But we had a 5-pound bag of rice, and I remember when it was the wedding scene, which is kind of like the first thing in the movie. I remember we were throwing rice, and I had a ton of it left in my lap in the bag, and there were some young girls in front of us, our age.
Yeah.
And I remember I dumped it all over them and gave the bag back to my buddy. And they turned around and looked at him and like, you asshole. I mean,
oh my God.
They're probably still picking rice out of their hair. I mean, big 80s hair up there. This is like 89, 90.
80s hair.
I remember they outed me. As soon as they called for virgins, they outed me, those SOBs. And the character in the theater that was playing Dr. Frank-N-Furter. And if you know the movie, you know what he wears: his lingerie, his boots,
garter.
He came up behind my chair, put his legs over my shoulder, and he just said, "Do you like my boot?" And took me by the hand and took me up front with all the other virgins, and touch me. We got auctioned off, and I remember for me it was like 40 used condoms and a hairy cucumber.
I love all the dildo innuendos in this movie. They're everywhere. But anyways,
in high school, I took a girlfriend. Like I think during prom weekend we went, and she hadn't been before. And I remember they asked her the question because I outed her. I'm returning the favor anytime I go. My wife has never gone. And I don't think she'd really dig the movie, but maybe the experience she would. Yeah. But she knows what goes on, and she won't go because she knows I'm pointing her out.
And you know what this is?
But they dry humped her in the chair, like they're we have to break your cherry, and they dry humped her in the chair, and the chair broke. And because they asked her the question, they're like, what's the one song in Rocky Horror that even a virgin knows? And she's like, the time warp. It's like, it's Happy Birthday.
Oh my gosh!
So that was my first experience going, and I've gone dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I would guess maybe 30 times I've gone to see it.
Yeah,
but I have not been, I will tell you, I have not been in probably 15, 16 years. Yeah. I haven't been to it. So just in like a 10-year span, I probably went, all those times. Wow. Nothing to do on Saturday night, go to Rocky Horror.
Yep. Because it's just great. I mean,
right. But now they check you. At least last time, ages ago,
everything's more.
I guess the screen got damaged. Because people were taking like frozen bagels.
Yeah, it was a party, man.
You're not allowed to bring playing cards anymore because it's hard to clean them up. You can't sweep those up. Rice, you could just bring like a little baggie.
Back in the good old days, man, when you could do all this.
You used to be able to have like a lighter for there's a light over at the Frankenstein place now.
No lighters. Yeah. I used to. We built the bonfire up there.
Yeah, set the joint on fire, set a seat on fire. But that was my experience. That's what's grown up to be it, and it's kind of fun that there's little regional things that you can do here in Cleveland. But then if you go to another major city, there might be things that are a little bit different, but there'll be enough things that are the same. Yeah. And once in a while, someone will throw something out that's really new and cool, and it sticks. And I might even point a couple out as the movie goes on. But
the movie's timeless, man. I mean, it's one of those movies that
it's on the National Film Registry,
right?
Culturally important film.
You'll never forget it. But I can see how
And I think it's because of what it's become, how it's transcended just being a movie,
right? And it's an epic musical too.
It's got really good songs.
Oh, there's not a bad song in the movie to me, man.
No,
I love every single one. and every single song just got me going, man. I'm like, this is awesome. I could see how it might put some people off with the whole sexual thing and all that, but look past that, man, and it's
I'm as straight as an arrow, and it doesn't bother me.
Oh,
so.
Me neither. Yeah, I mean, but
I love it.
Party time, man.
But I mean, there's and it's funny. There's things that people will say during those parts, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it is.
So the movie starts off after the opening song that we were singing to you,
a wedding
of a wedding in Denton, USA. Every city, Denton, USA.
And what's cool is Megan and Riff Raff and Dr. Frank-N-Furter is standing behind them in the church.
Yeah.
And they're all looking forward, just like, standing, just staring.
Right, kind of like American Gothic. They're the minister and the groundskeepers.
Yeah.
And they're at a wedding of
very cool.
The Hapshats, or Betty Monroe, and I can't remember what the fella's name is, but Janet starts wanting to get, married, and they start singing the song. They go into song, Damn It, Janet.
Damn it,
Janet. And I wish we could turn the volume. Can't we turn the volume up here?
We can't.
Why not, man? They're starting to sing the song now.
I wish I could play the soundtrack as we're doing the movie, but we can't.
So, they bust into the classic song, Damn It, Janet, I Love You, and talking about how they first met in science, and they're going to go. It was Dr. Scott's class, and
she's real prudish.
Yeah. Well, they're both, they're just good 50s style kind of kids. Yeah. And I do love during the song. Well, there's also statue of an angel masturbating. That's one of the classics that you'll find everywhere you go. Yep. And there's always the comment. There's a big billboard in the cemetery. It says Denton, a big heart around. Why is there a billboard in the cemetery?
Advertisement.
But during the song, and it's actually coming up on the screen here. Look at Riff. He just throws his pitchfork down, and there's always a bit that people say, "Kill that gopher, Riff."
Kill that gopher, Riff.
So he right there in front of the chapel, he proposes to her, and I love you, damn it, Janet, I love you, and they decide that they're going to be engaged.
They're going to get married.
They're going to but first they're going to go visit Dr. Everett Scott, where they met in his science class. And that's they kind of kiss there, and that scene's over. A couple of young kids in love, good wholesome children.
Then they get to the professor. Or?
The man you are about to see has no neck.
Yes,
and a little bit more hammer.
Has no neck.
He does. Look at him.
He's got no neck.
This is Charles Gray. He plays the narrator / criminologist. He's got some history with Hammer as well. One of the best Hammer movies, if you've never seen it, is called The Devil Rides Out. And he's in that as a Satanist, and it's a fantastic movie. And you got to love it.
What does he say? We are about to take you on a strange journey.
Yeah. I mean, he jumps in and says some nonsense here and there. But especially if you live here in Cleveland, when they're in the car and it's raining and they're driving.
Yes, I was going to say that. Cleveland Plain Dealer, our local newspaper. Well, isn't Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick are both from Cleveland, right?
I'm not sure.
I think they're both from Cleveland.
But I just think it's great that they're reading the Plain Dealer. That's ours.
Yes. Even though it was filmed in England, they have a Cleveland, Ohio newspaper in the car as they're riding.
That's still our daily paper, the Plain Dealer.
Yep.
So cool. they're driving, and you can hear something with Nixon on the radio.
Yeah.
And
they get a flat tire.
And Brad's cleaning the sound off, and I know there's always the bit, make a sound like a cow, and he's like, and they come to a dead end. And he goes to back up, and you hear a bang. And she's like, "What's that bang?" And everyone yells out,
"What's funny is you see
gang
bang." But you see a bunch of motorcycles coming by too. Right. So he's like, "Where did they come from if the road is closed?"
That's right. And then the audience always goes, and he'll sit there and go, "Whoa! Damn it, I knew I should have gotten that spare tire check." And everyone yells out. Throughout the whole movie, Brad is asshole, Janet is slut. All right, and that's just their little nicknames throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and you'll find out why. Yeah,
right. So he's gonna go out and get help, and he's like, "Oh, darling, there's no sense in both of us getting wet." He's like, "Yeah, you should be so lucky here." And then during this part of the scene, when they come out of the car, Well, before they come out of the car with the wipers, everyone always does something like this.
Yeah.
And then when they come, he kicks the tire. That helped.
It's flat.
And then when they come out into the car, that's when everyone unloads their squirt guns.
Yeah.
And you would bring your newspaper, your front page of the Plain Dealer, and hold that over your head. And they're like, there's that castle over there. Maybe they have a phone. And then the whole movie, castles don't have phones, asshole.
Yes.
But
enter at your own risk.
I used to have a Rocky Horror Picture Show T-shirt back when I was like in high school, senior year, with the big lips, and then they had that "Enter at your own risk" sign on the back.
That's very
cool. And as soon as she starts busting into over at the Frankenstein place.
Yeah, over at the Frankenstein castle. Yeah, there's a light burning. They see a light. So they head there. And as they're going there, all the motorcycles come riding up, So
burning down
something going on there.
and Riff Raff, Richard O'Brien gets a little line in this movie, where he sings. And I do love his voice.
His voice.
He's got a great voice. Let's say it,
Riff Raff, yeah. Oh, when he sings, it's just great. Yes. Oh, it's good. It's good.
You got to forgive me, guys. I love it.
No, the music's awesome. You got to get the soundtrack too itself, man.
And
just a musical story.
And then we all yell out, every time the lightning crashes, cheap Doctor Who special effects. Yeah, he's going to be coming up here soon. But oh God, I was even a member of the Rocky Horror Picture Show fan club, man. I even joined that. Got a little pin. I still have it somewhere.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, it was fun.
Heck yeah, man.
So you went a little too far there, but no big deal. When they come up to the door, there's a statue, and everyone always says Scooby-Doo, statue of Scooby-Doo on acid. But that is the gargoyle that was outside. This is the same outer exterior of the house that was used in Brides of Dracula.
Right. Yeah.
That same statue is there.
Yeah.
So I noticed that right away.
Yeah.
And you see how she's got the little circle thing in her hair? Everyone always says, why does Janet have a condom in her hair?
Oh my God! Yeah.
And
it's just a little round, looks like a condom.
And Riff Raff opens the door, and everyone always yells different things, like say hello, Riff. But I always like to say, what do you call satanic jello? And he's like, hello.
Hello.
And he's like, hi, I'm Brad Majors, asshole. This is my fiance, Janet Weiss.
Oh my God.
And they'd like to use your phone. Castles don't have phones, asshole. And he lets them in, and he's like, you've arrived on a rather special evening. It's one of the master's affairs.
One of the master's affairs. The magenta's sitting back there too.
And Riff Raff is kind of like an albino-ish, long blonde hair hunchback.
He is, yes, he is.
And he comes in.
He's got like a hunchback.
He's got his little hunch thing going on.
He's like Igor.
And it's sort of what he looks like.
Because this is a lot of aspects of this is like Frankenstein, pretty much the old horror.
Frankenstein, there's B horror movies. There's punk rock, rockabilly kind of sensibilities.
But the main whole story is about
the gothic appearance with his hammer, all
creating the creature. Which, it's pretty much.
Show us your mother, Riff. And he opens up like this coffin, and there's just a skeleton here. And this is when he starts getting into the time warp. We also get introduced to his sister, Magenta.
Yeah,
his sister plays the housekeeper,
who
I think is really hot in this movie.
Oh my God,
I do. And if you don't recognize her, she's played by Patricia Quinn.
You know what she is? Yeah. Well, you know what? All three of them are. Columbia's pretty darn good too. But I tell you what, Susan Sarandon's hot as heck
in this movie. When she was young.
In this movie,
when she was young, oh man,
she's like a young Mia Farrow.
But
I eat that stuff up.
Magenta is played by Patricia Quinn. And I guess if you've seen any newer horror movies like Lords of Salem, did you see Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem?
There's new horror movies out?
On occasion.
Really?
Once in a while, they're even good.
In the theaters?
No, those are just for kids.
I paid $5 for that. Oh, God. You take a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right. Put your hands on your tits or somebody else's.
No, boy. See, the time warp again.
But yeah, she was in Lords of Salem. So, there's places where, I recognize people once in a while from these movies.
See, I wouldn't have known that.
Well, you just don't know the movie like I do. So yeah, they take him in.
Susan Sarandon
He starts,
passes out.
it's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. And they bust into the room, the big audience chamber.
And there's a bunch of weirdos dancing
all in
and
tuxedos.
Well, weird.
A couple of them look like Bob. One looks like Bob Marley.
Oh, and there's a little tiny person who I love when they're like doing the like train type thing dancing and there's you just big and then there's just this little person.
Goose is that goose right there. There's like this donut. It's a bagel donut. And they get in the time warp. It's just a jump to the left, a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips, pull your knees in tight, and it's the pelvic thrust that really drives you insane.
Oh yeah.
Let's do the time warp again.
Always and forever.
Do you know how to do the little elbow sex part? Put your hand up to me, man. This is what you always do, man. Remember they go like this?
Oh, yeah, like that. That's all right. Yeah.
They call that elbow sex in the movie.
God.
We meet Columbia.
And this is where she goes into her
she's
50s
style, 50s jukebox.
And she's got that deep voice,
the really
whiny, high-pitched voice.
Kind of like a Betty Boop. That's what I think they were going for.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
Does her little twisty dance. And,
yes.
And I love how the criminologist comes on and he's showing you how to do it. And there's one part.
Yeah, we want to see what he's got to do.
When he's up on the desk, he's like, it's just a jump to the left. And everyone in the audience just goes, get off the desk.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's so great when he's up on the desk. It's just a jump to the left.
Thanks for letting us know.
And let's do the time warp again. I mean, everybody, if you haven't even seen the movie, you know that. They do it at weddings.
Yeah,
it's caught on.
The stylish of the film is just, like you said, I mean, it's
a mishmash of a lot of
nothing
really cool
like
things.
It, though. You got Gothic, like, stuff, drapery type
candy
things.
Colors.
I mean, it's just...
you can go from Gothic to 1 second to... red, yellow, blue, green, all over the place.
Right.
Colors everywhere.
It's just really cool, man.
There it is. And he's got the cigarette with the holder in his mouth. It's just a jump to the left. I love Charles Gray in this movie. Oh, and even in the theater, like the way he's dressed, you can't see any neck. So they always say they're the man you're about to see has no neck. But he's got such a huge cleft in his chin. Oh. Everyone will always go up to the screen and try to penetrate the cleft in his chin.
Climbing that thing.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun. It's
oh my god.
And if you've never been and you get an opportunity to go, it's fun. Go with some people who have been before. Yeah. And it's just a lot of fun. And then when they all fall down, there's Janet. She elbows him. Brad, say something. Mm-hmm. Oh. Anybody know how to Charleston?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Say something stupid, Brad.
She wants to get out of here, and he's just like, hey, this looks interesting.
Right, let's get here. He's like, wait, they may do some more folk dancing.
Yes, some folk dancing.
And as they're backing out, they're coming up to like one of those old style elevators, and you hear the music.
I love it.
And you see the big, F me pump, heel, toe, heel, toe.
A drag queen coming out of that elevator, man.
Dr.
Tim Curry,
Frank-N-Furter.
Dr. Frank-N-Furter. And this is such an awesome scene. I mean, it doesn't get any better. He opens the doors and he just comes strutting his stuff,
she
man.
Screams and
straight down the thing. Yeah, like,
how'd you do? See, you met my faithful handyman.
Yeah. Oh my
just
god.
A little brought down.
This is
when not.
He's got the bright red lipstick, man. It's so glossy. And
don't get strung out on drugs. By the way I look, don't judge a book by its cover. We're going to do more musicals.
And
I'm not much of a man. That's true.
He's strutting right down the thing up to the stage, and all these people are watching him, man.
But by night, I'm one hell of a lover. And at the theater I go to, there was like, instead of saying I'm just a sweet transvestite, I'm a goddamn faggot from San Francisco, California. That's how they do it in the theater that I went to. So, not looking to offend. That's just that.
It's fun. It's all in fun. And this is a big movie for the transgender, whatever, community and stuff. So,
it's embraced by everybody.
Exactly.
And he's just so. I love his tattoo. It says. Boss.
I love when he whips the thing off, man. And he just comes down at Brad and Janet, and they're just like,
Brad said, our car broke down, and
he don't care.
We'd like to use your phone. We'll just say where we are, then go back to the car. He's like, you got caught with a flat. Well, how about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. Light of the night.
I wish we could play the music, man. Come on.
I'll get you a satanic mechanic.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, that's great.
So he struts up. It's like a stage.
What do they always
thrown up there?
What's all the girls say? He's got legs, man. They're not bad legs, he shaved them and glossed them up. You might not be able to tell the difference, So,
he sits down in his throne and he's got his minions all around him, and it's my God, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, this is just.
And then he finally he struts out and he's like come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with Tissa. And everyone says, say it. Constipation.
Oh, it's good. And then he makes his way up.
Yeah.
Makes his way up the
all that singing.
The elevator. And up to
I knew I was gonna bust into song.
Up to the lair, man.
We're gonna start doing more musicals.
Yes. But I was gonna.
Don't you love when Riff starts drying Janet's hair? It's some bloody rag.
Yeah, and she says thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And they're drying Brad off, and
then
Brad always shows up. What do you say after oral sex? Thank you very much. And they start taking their clothes off. He's like, Brad. He's like, we'll play along for now and pull out the aces later.
Just go along with them, Janet.
Spend the rest of the movie in their drawers, in their underwear.
And thank God. Susan Sarandon.
Oh yeah, it's
man. I tell you,
what charming underclothes you've
brought.
That's later on when they go into that. Yeah. So
Brad is he must have a sock down there.
What's this? Chug it,
drinking a wine, going into the elevator,
and then just
everybody
throw it away. Watch, it just drops.
Here, drink it, and then throw it away. It's so good. And then he takes them up to the laboratory.
Yes, and as they go up the elevator, it's like first floor something, second floor darkness because there's nothing, third floor transvestites. Here, hold this and spill it on me later. Because he'll spill it on Riff Raff later. So he brings up Frank-N-Furter, a glass of champagne, and everyone in the audience always says, hold this and spill it on me later, because that's exactly what he'll do.
Yes.
And then there's always he says Colombia, but before that everyone says, where do you buy your drugs? Colombia. What's your favorite color? Magenta. And remember he sticks his hand out and everyone kind of goes like this. Brad Majors.
Brad Majors.
With his tidy whities.
Oh, the underwear. It's just oh my God, so bizarre.
What charming underclothes you're both wearing. That's what he says.
And the room is just some like weird pinkish,
reddish.
Like
he's got instead of his
brick dungeon type thing,
yeah,
but it's all sterile, like
Greek
kind of
statues of David around.
Yeah, Atlas
with speakers.
Atlas approved,
right? And all the the
people, the crowd
from the time
they're all up there with all their crazy,
right?
Almost makes you think of Amadeus too, back in the because they're all got kind of the wigs going and stuff like that, and they got their glasses, and he says something about like. You must be proud of him because he's got the sock stuffed in his pants. And
then right after that, you see a lady with like a magnifying glass.
He's like, ooh. Oh, it's so great.
And he's got his pink gloves, his like lab gloves. And
he sends
is ready,
and he sends Riff Raff and Magenta back there to get the monster.
We were gonna see. Yeah, there he is. There, you spilled it on him. You're like, oh shit! I just got this.
He hands him the drink, and it's it's like, come on.
Tonight, my unconventional conventionalists.
The big speech.
There's a tattoo from Bob Marley.
to unveil.
This is where we have the noise.
The creature. Yeah, but this is also the Frankenstein scene,
right?
Where
he's talking about how he discovered the spark of life. Actually, he was like that elusive spark, and everyone always says, "Who's your favorite character on Star Trek?" Before he says Spark, Spark. And everyone has the gloves in the audience, and when he's giving his speech, he pulls them because he's so emotional, and we do the same thing at the same time. So, but I love his garb, his lab smock, but he still has his pearls on.
Yeah, it's his lingerie's underneath. He's got his green, surgeon's outfit, and they're back there with some kind of strange pink mask. I don't know.
Yeah,
it looks almost rubberish.
You gotta keep things sterile, even though Frank-N-Furter doesn't have to, and no one else in there has to.
It doesn't riff-raff. He runs over to start lowering
the dick sticks.
Rocking it. It's going in. Lowering them, the creature in the tank,
because that's and this big glass tank. This is the tank that was used in Revenge of Frankenstein.
I was going to say the same thing. I knew that much.
Mannequin. There's like a wrapped, look almost like a mummy wrapped in there, and that's Rocky, and that's the same dummy that they used in the Revenge of Frankenstein, the second of the Hammer Frankenstein movies. And he tells Riff Raff, activate the sonic oscillator, which we call the dick sticks because they look.
The names he gives to everything.
3 more lights, and then
and they look like
the wheel,
stuff,
which we all go, I think I can.
I think I can. And he goes faster.
And then later on, it's like, I know I can. And when that's going on, this thing starts coming down from the ceiling. It looks just like the ship from Pigs in Space, because that's what we always yell.
Yes.
Pigs in Space.
That's right.
Lowered down. And when it finally does come down, he just starts turning these knobs. Red, yellow, blue, green. Red, yellow, blue, green. It's just all these.
Which is very strange and weird, but it's he's like just releasing colors, dyes. And it levels itself off.
Right. It's like a rainbow.
Color of the rainbow.
And it
flows into the theme of the movie.
And there's always a comment, no matter where you go, about the body.
I know I can.
It's like the world's giant tampon. The world's largest tampon.
Oh, my God.
Red, yellow, blue, green, red, yellow.
Milk the cow. Yeah. Red milk, blue milk, green milk, yellow milk.
And this is where we're going to see the creation.
Yeah,
who he has created just basically to be his love slave.
Oh yeah, he's a Greek goddess or whatever, Atlas approved. He's
Charles,
muscled up and ripped.
All right, because there's going to be there'll be a song about that, but not yet. First, when Rocky is revealed, he's good looking, blonde, blonde hair, blue eyed. And he starts singing the song.
I love the whole movie. The whole movie too. He's like just making muscles and stuff like that.
That's his job.
Yeah.
And he starts singing the song "The Sword of Damocles." I feel like the sword of Damocles is hanging over my head. What's this new life that I've got, and how long is it going to last? He doesn't really understand what's going on. So
quickly does.
Yeah, Frank's like, don't exert yourself so much on your first day. And, right, as soon as you're here, let's see how you masturbate 2 people at the same time. Man. And he's like, isn't he great? He's great. And there's Columbia. He's okay.
He's okay.
He's like, okay. I didn't make him for you.
Yeah, he didn't like that very much from her.
And even when she says, he's like, you fucked up.
Oh man, you gotta love that he's in gold.
He carries the Charles Atlas seal of approval. And he goes up to Janet with him, and she says, "Well, I don't like my men with too many muscles." And we all yell out, "Just one big one!"
And they both got white shirts on.
Oh yeah, he put those on, so these might make you feel less vulnerable. Which we all yell out naked.
Yeah.
And that's when he goes into the song.
I do like
I'm going to make you a man. Yeah, I can make you a man.
Yeah.
And then I remember in the theater, we go, I can make you a fag just like my dad or something like that. And he's got him all this, workout equipment.
Oh, he brings out the big pommel horse, which is in the shape of a big red dildo. Bicep. Shit on this. And I like when he hops on there.
Tricep.
And he stops on there.
Makes me shake. Makes me want to take Charles Atlas by the hand. And look, she's got like something of like Vaseline. Columbia there. And Rocky, he's just standing there. He's got his little
Frank-N-Furter gets on there and he starts grinding it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just rubbing the pommel horse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this movie's sexual from beginning to end.
Yeah, you can't watch this with the kids.
Yeah, just way too many innuendos.
But it's just fun. It's an adult
so
movie. And
fun.
it's fun. Oh. But then after the "I'm going to make you a man," I can make you a man song is over. The deep freeze button starts beeping, and Columbia gets very excited. She's like, "Eddie!"
Yeah,
and what we're going to find is that Frank-N-Furter used part of Eddie's brain to make Rocky.
Rocky, yeah.
And this is Eddie is played by Meatloaf.
Meatloaf,
and
yes.
Comes out.
It's an awesome song.
He's dead. He just kind of came out of deep freeze, and
he looks more like a Frankenstein.
Or he's not dead.
Rocky
he was in deep freeze and came out. And yeah, he comes out, sings a really, kick-ass song.
Oh, my God.
Hopatootie, bless my soul.
Hopatootie, bless my soul. Yeah, it's great. But
whatever happened to Saturday night?
And Columbia loves him, man.
Oh, well, they had a relationship. But then you also find that Frank-N-Furter and Eddie had a relationship, too. So, yeah, he comes out with his saxophone and he rides his motorcycle around. And when I would go to the theater, someone would always have like the handlebars of a motorcycle and run up and down the aisles. But I've heard some theaters have like a real guy coming in on a motorcycle and just like, Rob Halford style, just drive it right down there.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, get the whole place stinking like exhaust and everybody's singing, dancing, and he's wailing on his saxophone. And Frank-N-Furter's not having any of this. He's just ticked off. Oh, I remember the old people dancing. Oh, what a lovely party.
Oh, well, yes, they're dancing and partying.
And,
where are the hors
eat
d'oeuvres?
Shit and die.
I'm going to have to check this off as rated R, parental guidance.
Yes. Sorry.
We have to say some swear
There's some
words.
things that you got to say in the movie. So, yeah, he's singing his little song, and then Frank-N-Furter basically kills him. With like an ice pick, ice axe.
They show him going in.
Goes in there,
and
he's you hear the screams, and he comes out all bloodied and one from the vaults.
And he takes care of him.
And that's all we see. Well, until we see his corpse later on.
I love when their costuming is just great.
Yeah,
riffraff and
I love his vest. Eddie's vest says "baby" on the back.
Baby.
And Rocky was dancing, and then Frank-N-Furter gets mad about that. And so yeah,
she loves him.
Yeah, I guess.
What you gotta do?
Eddie.
Love how they're all dancing too. The big crowd. The crowd is freaky. They're weird people. Almost something you'd see in like a Tim Burton movie or something.
Well, they're
like
unconventional conventionalists.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're unconventional.
I could see them stop motion figures in a Tim Burton movie.
You can't.
They all look like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
A little bit.
Well, when Tim Burton used to be good.
Well, exactly. Well, yeah, stop motion.
He's not good anymore.
Oh well. I like what Eddie starts chasing them all the way. I love the camera angle as they're chasing them down. All those people. Because there's like this ramp that goes up to where the people can look.
Oh yeah,
comes
before he
back
kills
down.
them, yeah, he's riding all around that.
So it's like some kind of observation.
Really love the rock and roll. And I've seen Meatloaf in concert, and he didn't sing this song. So I wanted him to sing it. He didn't sing it.
No.
So let's see what's down after we get Eddie's gone, and so everyone's gonna stay the night. And this is where it's kind of funny.
Yes. They show Janet's in bed.
She's going to be seduced,
and it's just red fabric all the way down.
Right.
And you see the shadow,
her shadow.
backlit. You see her form, and she thinks that
Brad
comes running in.
Oh, Brad! And he's like, "Don't worry, Janet." And they start making out.
Yeah.
Then
pulls his wig off.
There's always a thing: don't touch the hair. Don't touch the hair. The wig comes off, and it's Dr. Frank-N-Furter.
Yes.
And she's like, "And I was saving myself." And then the audience always yells, "Now you're on layaway." And he's like, "Just give yourself over. There's nothing wrong with some pleasure." And oh yeah,
she goes, "Oh, you won't say anything."
Oh, I cross my heart.
Oh my God.
And then the same scene is going to happen with Brad, except this time it's going to be a blue. It's the exact same spot. It's just blue.
Right.
And Brad's laying there. And he thinks
but I like what they do each time is he flips up their leg.
Oh yeah.
That's I don't know, go
right.
down, but yeah.
But before we get to Brad, there's just a little scene with Riff Raff and Magenta. And
they can pull down some lever and see.
They're watching
the video. They see what's going on.
Yeah, she's cleaning up afterwards, and they're brother and sister, and he just starts kind of like rubbing her on the arm there, and
a little creepy.
They got a little something going on.
Yeah. Whether they're brother and sister.
In the same room, Rocky is laying down. Oh wait, I paid good money to see this movie. I want to see a muscle twitch.
Muscle twitch.
There you go.
Because Rocky,
he's laying
in bed on his stomach,
on his shoulder.
He's just chained to the bed.
And he's laying in the prone position, face down, and Riff Raff takes.
And I like the stained glass window in the back. That's of Charles Atlas, holding the thing.
And Riff Raff takes this big candle with like 12 candles on it, and the audience always yells,
"Frankenstein monster!"
We always know. We know what you're thinking, Riff. It's not going to fit. and it's always like, "Let's tease the monster." Let's tease. And he's taking the candle, just like in the original Frankenstein.
Yeah,
just like in the original.
Yeah, I mean that's the
fire one.
He's climbing down the elevator shaft. Yeah,
and Riff Raff just takes.
He's throwing the candles down, lit. Not going to start a fire.
The sex part, and then so Rocky ends up escaping. But after this part where he gets away, that's the part with Brad and Dr. Frank-N-Furter seduces Brad in the disguise of Janet, and there's always like, don't touch the hair. He touches the hair, and
he seemed a little bit more willing quickly than she did.
Like, I thought it was the real thing. It was. You promise you won't tell Janet?
And it's funny.
Hot and hope to die. And then as he's working his way downtown, Riff Raff comes on and it's like, Master Rocky is loose and somewhere on the grounds. And he's just like, coming.
And after a while.
And then, now we get the reflection. Janet's all upset.
Because Janet is in the room where Rocky was held.
Right.
And she pulls on a lever and sees Brad.
Yeah, she sees Frank-N-Furter laying on the bed.
And Brad smoking a cigarette.
Smoking, and she realizes what's going on,
So,
Brad smokes.
Even though she did too,
smokes.
And
then she hears some crying.
Yeah.
And
this is the touching part.
Right. Because
Rocky
has been running around all outside.
And he's hiding where he was born,
Right. He's hiding
the glass case.
And she's like, "Oh, did they hurt you?" And she rips a little bit of her slip off and wraps him up and starts being a little mother to him. But that ain't gonna last long.
No, because they
bust into the song "Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me."
Touch it, touch it,
I
touch
wanna
it,
be dirty.
Yeah. Oh, really, and I love her. Oh my God, Ted, in that look.
Look at that look right there.
Oh my God, and she smiles. Oh my God. Oh, Susan Sarandon.
She was something.
She's still not bad.
That's like the best part that she looked right there. That little bit on her face there.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And
back to the professor.
Yeah, he comes on. I never pay much attention to what he says.
He just whatever. But what's Columbia and Magenta?
Yeah, they're watching.
They're watching in the screen. I love how they all got these. Janet. Love how they all got these little weird little.
I see Janet. I see Rocky. Who's that dick in the middle?
Oh my God!
Statue of David in the middle. While they're talking.
Oh man! Oh, and Janet. Oh my God!
I love how Columbia's wearing the Mickey Mouse ears.
So much, but
it's just cute. They're just sitting there like being girls, blow drying their hair, doing their nails, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're watching.
And they're rubbing each other all around.
Rocky starts making for the boobies, and she sings this whole song. And basically, what it ends up being is, they end up doing it in the tank.
Done it.
Oh. That's where the end of the song leads to. And Creature of the Night.
Creature of the Night.
Yeah, she almost like has a vision of making love to all of them. And I just know the part when it's Columbia coming down going, Creature of the Night. Everyone in the audience would always scream.
Why?
I don't know.
But that was that was an awesome part. Then what happens? Dr. Scott ends up coming to the castle.
That Scotty, and we always make some joke because he's out there in the rain in the wheelchair with an umbrella and calling like, "Hey, it's R2D2."
It's like, how the heck did he get there? He's by himself. He's got
out in the middle of nowhere,
wheeled himself off to the
Well, that's where they were supposed to go, so I guess he somehow traced them here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they see that he's at the door, and
what a coincidence.
And Brad's like, hey, Scott, Dr. Scott, and Riff Raff says, you know this Earthling, and there's Frank-N-Furter, shut up,
giving it away.
You know this Earthling.
You know this Earthling.
So now Frank-N-Furter's very suspicious, thinking that Brad and Jennifer sent here as spies. That this wasn't just some chance meeting after all. Because
there's a bigger story going on.
Because Dr. Scott works with he does some kind of UFO research with the FBI or something like that. Right. So and I love he'll probably be in the Zen room. It's like we always said, the pot room. And, he's looking at some roach in there.
Yes. And it's so funny.
Right. And they use some kind of magnet.
Yeah, the magnet
to bring him through.
He's in a wheelchair, and the magnet kind of all the way from downstairs pulls him through the house, up the stairs, around the thing, and in Magenta and Columbia's room, and goes around them. And then back.
Then he finally smashes through a wall.
Yeah, and he's got stuff all over him and stuff.
When I was at the theater, it was always like Kool-Aid Man style. Remember
Kool-Aid Man?
Kool-Aid. And everybody would always yell, "Oh yeah!" Because Kool-Aid Man. You guys don't remember Kool-Aid Man? Kool-Aid Man, when we were kids, would this big Kool-Aid jug would smash through the wall in the commercials and say, "Oh yeah!"
Oh yeah!
And everybody would drink some Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. They remember Kool-Aid.
Some of you might remember.
Some people,
Kool-Aid.
I just still dress up like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you could still buy Kool-Aid.
Okay. But anyways,
I gave my kids some for the first time this summer. They freaking loved it.
Oh, but man, pulling up to that. They're back into the laboratory is where they're at because he's Dr. Frank-N-Furter is going to Medusa them.
Right, he's got the Medusa
machine.
And then, he hears the noise in the tank. You realize.
Well, what did they start first? Okay, yeah, okay.
That Janet, and then it's all the Brad, Janet, Rocky, Dr. Scott, Janet, Rocky. Ugh.
Yeah, so they're going back and forth.
Every time someone calls Rocky's name,
Rocky.
Brad, Janet, Brad.
But calling them names back and forth.
I made you, and I can break you as well. Oh, and then it's before he turns them into
what's that called?
The gong. Magenta comes out and bangs the gong. Master, dinner is prepared.
Prepared.
And under the circumstances, formal attire. It's
they go right. They go down to have dinner first. Right, okay, right. I jumped ahead.
Yeah,
I jumped a little to the left.
Oh, here's the criminologist masturbating his glass. And they're all sitting at the table.
Brad's like this.
Yeah, they're all everyone's ticked off.
I love that. Susan. I love that Susan Sarandon.
I love they come in, they bring the food in.
Did I say that enough?
What's that?
Anyways, I love that Susan Sarandon's wearing that bra through the whole
movie.
Oh yeah. Did I say that again?
You did.
I love that Susan Sarandon wears the bra through the whole movie. Did I say that again?
Magenta, man, looking good right there.
Anyway, Magenta's a little dressed up here.
He just drops the whatever this is. We're gonna find out.
Put on your best attire.
The slicer.
Yeah. Oh, the old 80s or 70s meat slicer that where the blades.
And I love how when Riff Raff is dealing out I say dealing because he just takes the meat and
he's throwing. Well, when he brings
his hand,
when he brings the meat, it's just this big thigh kind of bone filled with meat and throws it right in front of Dr. Frank-N-Furter.
And everybody knows it's always just like, hey Riff, deal me a slice. Deal me a slice.
Oh, and he's pouring them all wine, and it doesn't matter to bring it up.
I mean, like Rocky's got like a mason jar. Some people have wine glasses.
Jugs.
Cover up that boner, Dr. Scott.
Dr. Scott's sitting there in his wheelchair and puts the napkin down to his
on his lap.
Cover up your boner.
Oh, here's a toast, and then this is where everybody would throw the toast. And I remember, when they would give the rules, make sure your toast is firm, non-buttered.
Who wants Schwabos?
Oh, and Dr. Scott, he's drinking out of a stein.
Yeah, because he's a German doctor.
Right, and they put on the party hats because it's Rocky's birthday. Yes, it's his first day alive, and happy birthday to you.
And they all join in and start having fun. And Frank-N-Furter puts an end to it.
Yeah. Happy birthday. And then it just kind of putters out. Let's eat, shall we? And hey, Riff, deal me a slice. Look at him. He's looking macho.
Mr. Flips the meat, man.
Look, Rocky, eat like a Marine. He's picking it up with his hands. And
Get the fork.
And
Get the fork.
Columbia tells him a fork now. Eat like a civilized Marine. He just stabs. Oh, what did I knock over?
He's knocking my toys down. He's
sorry.
Wishmaster has fallen.
So yeah, so they'll start talking. I came here to talk about Eddie. And, you know, there's Columbia. Eddie. And he takes and Frank says something like, oh, that's a, you know, rather tender subject around here. And everyone starts getting it. Like Brad gets it, Dr. Scott
because they're all eating meat.
And then when I'm at the theater, Rocky's still eating. It's like Rocky gets it but doesn't give a damn.
No, he's
still eating. And they realize it's Eddie that
they're
being
eating.
Served.
Yeah, they cooked him up for dinner.
And Columbia kind of goes out. Dr. Scott breaks the fourth wall. He's like, I knew that he was in with a bad crowd, but I didn't expect anything like this. And this is kind of like the little back and forth between Dr. Frank-N-Furter and Dr. Scott.
Dr. Scott goes in the song here.
Well, because he starts to say, you know, or should I say, and he says something like in German, like he's a Nazi or something. Like, oh, don't worry about this bread.
That is a funny thing. Oh.
And then, he starts singing. I can't remember the name of the song, but I know it. From the day he was born.
Yeah, it was mostly speaking because he was an old man who couldn't sing.
He was nothing but rough.
He was, and I love when he starts.
He was the thorn in his mother's side. And it's and then he said he didn't like his daddy. He knew he wasn't no good kid.
Oh my God!
With a switchblade,
the professor
made you cry.
And that's right. And they show Columbia up in her room. She's crying.
Yeah,
so
she's got big posters of them all over the wall. Man.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
This was her
pretty cool scene, man.
Yeah. I said, hey, listen to stay sane inside insanity.
Well, what's with the bear?
Because they say in the song when Eddie said he didn't like his Teddy and knew he wasn't a good kid, and when he threatened her life with a switchblade knife. What a guy! Makes
Dr. Frank-N-Furter gets. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, I gotta sing.
The interesting.
Tell me if you like my singing.
It's not too good, but it's awesome.
It's not too good.
It's not too good if you ask me.
And then Frank's gonna pull after the song.
He pulls the thing up.
And he's fake body of it, like all laid there, all
underneath,
all gored up, like zombie style.
Yeah, which is it's kind of cool.
That's when he starts going into damage, Mammoth, Janet, whatever. He smacks her, doesn't he?
Yeah, right across the face
because she's holding on to Rocky and Rocky's holding on to her.
And meanwhile her slip's all ripped, man.
Yeah. Look at the laughing. Quiet. Shut up.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, so he
quit being so entertained.
Wise up, Janet Wise. You better wise up. Build your thighs up.
Oh yeah.
Your apple pie ain't so nice. Better wise up,
Janet Wise. And this is where he takes them up to that.
Yeah, they all end up getting back up to the lab room, and he uses the Medusa transducer, or he'll say.
Well, what does he use first that? He gets them all stuck to the ground. Yeah, they can't move their feet.
Yeah, there's
some kind of inducer, something.
And he's like, my velas. I can't move my velas. And then there's Brad. And Brad, he's got his socks on. And he's like, my feet. I can't move my feet. But in the theaters, we're always like, my socks. I can't move my socks.
Oh, man, it's too much.
Excuse me. Swallow. I'm going to swallow right now.
Yeah, but they're all stuck to the ground and they can't move.
He's talking about how
he's rubbing up against them all, and
the castle, can travel through space and time.
Yeah,
and who knows, perhaps even time itself.
Oh yeah,
and then at the end of the song, he uses the Medusa ray, turns them all into naked stone statues. Brad, Janet, Dr. Scott. And finally, Rocky, even though it pains him to do so.
Yeah.
He does it.
They're all white stone statues.
Right. You're a hot dog, but you better not hurt her. Frank-N-Furter.
There's something flying around here. Anyway, we got a bug flying around in there.
I can't tolerate infestation. That's it. We're moving.
Bugs, get over here. Okay, we're fine.
You're a hot. He said, you're a butt dart, but you better not hurt her. Frank-N-Furter. And then Columbia starts going off on him. You know, first you spurned me for Eddie, and now, you know, this. Oh, and look, watch. Right? She's going to pull on her nightgown top there, and you're going to see a nip slip.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
They show a couple.
You guys just going to have to wait a second, because here it comes. You take.
You take. Yeah, and she's talking like
there
a 19.
There it is.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I paid good money. I want to see a nip slip.
And
you gotta have good eyes to pick some of this stuff.
She's hollering at him like back like a 1930s movie. Like
she's got a BLT, bigger left hand.
Yeah, she does.
This one's gonna be totally flat.
I wonder if she's if they actually took, you know, molds of their bodies.
Don't think they had the money for that. I don't know.
Look pretty.
Some of them do look good. Like maybe they did like the faces or something.
Maybe the faces, yeah.
You know, I don't.
Even the bodies look pretty close to what, you know, would be. But what do I know? I don't know.
And you're like, oh. And if Frank's just having such a hard day. Even smiling makes my face ache. Everyone's like, you know, try Disney World. You know? And my baby's turning against me. And that's when you know, we tired of this world. When will we go to back to Transylvania?
Transylvania.
Oh, watch. Riff's kind of rubbing her arm, and look, slowly, she's not even paying no attention to what he's saying. Going, gone.
Yeah, this is where they kind of gave away that
brother and sister, man. They kinky.
Oh, but this is kind of where they give away that they're space aliens,
right?
So, and they're transvestites from transsexual, from the solar system of Transylvania,
something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for it to make a lot of sense.
No, but
here, look right here.
Very interesting.
Where's Magenta's eyes, man? She's like just got 2 black holes in her.
Oh my god!
But
she is macabre looking.
Dr. Frank-N-Furter announces that there's going to be a floor show. You know, we're going to solve all this. He's going to plead his case to all of them in the form of a song at the floor show. And he's going to, you know, tell them all, you know, what he wants to do is he wants to stay on Earth and continue having sex with Earthlings.
Yeah.
Riff Raff and Magenta want to go back home.
Yep.
They've had another, you know, we grow weary of this world.
Yes.
So, it starts off with all the statues all dressed up in drag and
on the stage.
On the stage,
yeah.
And when Frank comes up,
vaudeville
he's
style.
got cream all over his face, and there's always a gag in the theater. You know, this is what happens when you don't swallow. And then he comes in, activates a switch, and they all turn back human again.
Yeah.
And you know, it was great when it all began.
Oh, this is a great one. I was
a regular Frankie fan. Yeah, that song. And
starts off with Janet dancing.
Yep, and they all sing.
Or
like
do they? No, it starts off with Columbia.
Yes.
Okay, and then we move to Rocky.
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. They all start.
But it's called
Unmedusa.
They sing a little bit there called, Rose Tint My World. Rose tint my world, keep me safe from the trouble and pain. And I used to have a pair of glasses, like John Lennon style glasses that were red.
Yeah.
And I would take them to the theater. It's not something you're really supposed to do, but I would always put them on during that part.
Yeah.
You know, to Rose Tint My World.
Oh my God.
So that's
awesome,
my little
man.
contribution.
Awesome.
Rose
and I love when the curtains go apart and they have the big RKO.
Classic RKO logo.
Yeah.
And there's Frank, singing,
He's
whatever happened to Fay Ray? And I always say she went apeshit. That delicate satin draped frame as it clung to her thigh. And we're like, what, the apeshit? How I started to cry. I'd cry too if I had apeshit on my thigh. Because I wanted to be dressed just the same.
This is his pity song.
Right. Give yourself over to absolute pleasure. Swim the warm waters of sins of the flesh. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he just comes.
It's great that you know every line.
Swim. I told you I've seen this movie.
I haven't seen it that many times. I don't got it down that well. But I'm glad you do because the words and the lines are so. It's a musical, so every word and every line.
Great lyrics. Songs are good.
Is going to mean something. Oh yeah.
Even we didn't even touch on the song before this, the Rose Tint My World. Which kind of carries over a little bit, but it's some great lyrics in that. But yeah, he's got different. Bustier.
Yeah, he's got red bustier on this.
And see, he's going to jump into the pool now, and we all go.
And the smoke clears, he's floating on a little floaty
of a Titanic life preserver.
Yeah,
and he's singing, "Don't dream it, be it." Don't dream it.
And I think he's got them. Yeah.
And then look, there's the picture at the bottom of the pool is from the Sistine Chapel.
Right.
God touching the hand of David. It's like, look, God's got his finger up Frank's butt. But in the theater, I remember we would always sing, "Oh, that's wrong."
What?
That says SS Titanic on the inner tube.
Oh, okay.
And that was a little bit on the Big Chuck and Little John show that was on the other night. Oh. They used to do a skit. They used to be movie hosts, late night movie hosts here, and they did so many skits that they still have like a show every Sunday night.
Yeah.
Just like a half hour of their skits.
Yeah.
And one of the skits, I don't know if you remember them, was Saturday Night Mysteries. And during the movie, they'd show this little bit. It was always like a Philip Marlowe kind of character trying to solve a crime. And all the clues would be there. And then later in the show, the other half of it would come on and you would find out the mystery. And one of them was that. The guy had something from the Titanic and it said SS Titanic on it.
Oh,
and the reason is because it was a British ship. It wasn't a Her Majesty's service ship, but it was technically like a royal postal mail ship. So it wouldn't have had the letters SS after it. So that's actually wrong. There you go.
And if you
just learned something from Big Chuck and Little John.
Yeah, if you have a chance to look up on YouTube, Big Chuck and Little John, Lil John.
Yeah.
Big Chuck and Little John. They're
Decades
funny
of skits
from our area growing up and stuff. But anyways, they're under his spell still, kind of.
Right. So he's singing "Don't Dream It, Be It,"
and they all start jumping in the pool.
I know in the theater we always said, "Don't drink it, Frank Pete in it." And everybody kind of jumps in the water and it sort of turns into some little orgy kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a part with
wait, are you talking Dr. Scott?
No.
Okay.
They're all kind of kissing each other and Dr. Frank-N-Furter kisses Janet kind of like right here and he goes like this. We're like, oh, Janet takes such shit. But then Dr. Scott, the switch flips and he was the only one that didn't turn back to flesh.
Yeah.
And he comes up, and he's got his stockings.
Oh, they show him over by the switch because what
happens of this trip.
The thing actually comes down by accident and he unfrees
right. And he's all dressed.
And he starts pulling up his blanket.
He's got a fishnet on and
he's got fishnet and stuff on. And he starts going too. So evidently he's kind of under the spell too.
Yeah, now. Man. They're all, man.
But it's a scene, man. Seeing this guy in the wheelchair pulling it up and the fishnets on him and
Frank
all that. Yeah, he's up on stage too. He wheeled up there. Oh, and
I'm gonna be with the deadly sting.
He's knocking his legs together and stuff. It's so this is a very good quick.
So they all do a big number at the end there.
And this is where you see some nipples popping out.
Oh yeah, well, especially guy ones.
Well, no, but Columbia's is all out there.
Yeah,
man.
hers are kind of resting.
It's all
on
out
top.
there. But
I'm sure those things didn't fit very well.
No.
Yeah. So it's all this. Keep me safe from the trouble.
And then. Riff Raff and Magenta come in their space outfit,
right?
And he's got his little. I love the gun that he's got. It's just like some metal pitchfork.
Yeah, it just looks like the thing of a pitchfork with something soldered on the bottom of it.
Yes.
And Magenta's got the Bride of Frankenstein do going on. Exactly.
Yes.
Exact tribute to that.
Oh, it's great.
He pops in and Frank-N-Furter, it's all over. Your mission is a failure. Your lifestyle's too extreme.
Yes.
I'm your new commander. You now are my prisoners. We return to Transylvania.
They
prepare the transit beam.
And they're taking them prisoner, yeah.
Right. They're taking over. It's a coup. And Frank's like, you go do this.
Wonder why they're taking him as a prisoner, though.
Because he doesn't want to leave.
But they're there with him.
He won't leave.
Unless he left the planet.
Dude,
of transsexual.
I don't know. Maybe there'll be a prequel. I don't
know. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, the shadow of Alfalfa.
The shadow, just stick it up.
Because Frank decides, I'm going to plead my case to these guys and one more time.
But anyways, I was going to tell you real quick. They're remaking they're doing a remake kind of
this.
Fox has got it in development for this 40th anniversary. I don't know if there's any date set.
Don't remake it.
No, it's a television thing that they're trying to do, kind of like a tribute towards.
Oh, like a special,
right?
Oh, okay, like
with characters playing the parts, not a. I guess you can call it a remake, kind of, but it's a made-for-television, a different. Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, this is where Frank-N-Furter is pleading his case to them, and
it's like a blue light. And when the curtain comes down, why I said that is you see his shadow, but if you know Little Rascals and Alfalfa, it looks just like Alfalfa's shadow. So,
and isn't this where everybody appears in the audience too? All the
old it's like a theater.
It's like a vaudeville, and
he's like,
and he starts singing his song. He's pleading and pity, and he's sorry.
Going home.
Yeah, trying to make them, I think, feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave.
He does not want to leave. Yeah,
right. He's cards for sorrow, cards for pain.
And I like the very end.
Throw the cards.
And I like the very end when he quickly throws two more. I mean, it's just a funny scene there.
Like I'm outside in the rain, and I realize I'm going home. Yeah, you know how that all goes.
Yeah.
So it's but they're like, how sentimental.
Oh, and his makeup's all
running. It's all running.
And nothing like a transvestite saddened and crying with their makeup all smeared.
Yeah, at the theater when it's like that, he's like, and I realize I'm so stoned. Instead of I'm going home. But it's not going to do him any good. Riff Raff and Magenta have kind of made up their minds. They're going to do away with Dr. Frank-N-Furter, and they're going to escape. They're going to get out of here. So,
they're going to take off.
To sum it all up, they basically
want to get out of here.
Say goodbye to all of this,
and
hello to oblivion.
I love how Rocky though
tries to save his master,
and this is a classic scene where he puts him because he shoots. Riff Raff does shoot Frank-N-Furter and kills him, and he falls down, and Rocky gets up over there and lifts him, puts him on his back, and starts carrying him up his RKO,
up the Eiffel Tower thing, the tower.
Yeah, the tower,
and kind of
radio signal,
reminiscent of King Kong.
Yeah,
Riff Raff
shoots him and shooting him, and it's not having no effect at first, man.
But it finally does, and it all falls over into the
water,
the pool, and Magenta says something like, they liked you, and Riff freaks out. They didn't like me. They never liked me. And Dr. Scott's like, you did right.
You did right.
Like, you screwed up. And he's like, you okay by me?
Yeah, that's funny when he says that. You okay by me?
But basically, Riff Raff, he spares him and tells him, leave.
Yeah, we're about to take off to transsexual.
Right. So
Transylvania.
They hightail it out there.
Yeah, so they take off in a book, man.
And you see
just in time.
The whole castle itself lifts up and takes off.
Yes, the whole castle takes off, man.
And depending on where you see the movie at, I see you've got the UK version there. The UK version actually has an extra song there called Superheroes, where after the castle takes off, they're all kind of wandering around in the smoke.
Right.
And the American version didn't have that. After the castle takes off, it just, that song is completely skipped over. Here in Cleveland, we have the UK version. And when I saw it in Toledo, they didn't have that scene. So that was the US version. So you're going to what?
No, I'm interested.
You get the extra song in the UK version, which on every DVD and every Blu-ray release, it's got both. I don't know why you'd want to watch the U.S. version.
Tell me more. Did you put up a fight?
I did.
So there we have it.
Superheroes, and then the narrator comes on one more time.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah.
And
what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before we get over
the globe is spinning.
The narrator comes on again.
Yeah, because remember the characters as they're in the smoke singing the song, the screen starts spinning. And when you're in the theater, everyone goes up to the screen and pretends they're doing the spinning. And it transitions to a globe spinning, and the narrator, the criminologist, stops it, and everyone falls down in the theater who's doing that. And he says, crawling on the planet's surface,
Frank-N-Furter,
some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space. And
thus we end.
He leaves, and the light on the globe is on. Someone always, says a joke like, don't forget to turn off the globe. You know, it causes the electric bill to go up, so I had to pay $8 to get in here, stuff like that. And then, you know, reprise of science fiction double feature.
Awesome song.
You know, Frank has built his creature.
Yes.
And there you go. 40 years of a phenomenon come to an end.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna play the song again. I'm not going to.
All right.
But that's that's an awesome movie, man. I can't believe how great the music was. I mean, this was an epic musical. Mm-hmm. I really want to get to like a stage version of this.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
it really gets put on all the time. So, you know, look around.
Got to, man.
Little theaters do it around here. And then there was the sort of sequel, Shock Treatment, which I don't know if you've ever seen.
No,
I've seen it as a movie itself. It's not there's good songs in it too. Shock Treatment's not so much a sequel. It's just that it takes place in Denton. It does feature Brad and Janet, but they're played by different actors. Jessica Harper from
Mama's
Suspiria.
Family. No, Jessica Harper from Mama's Family.
No.
Come on, girl.
From Suspiria, if you know your horror flicks from the 70s. She's in it playing Janet. Some of the other actors are in it, but they played like Magenta, Columbia, Richard O'Brien, of course, the criminologist. They're all in it, but they play different characters.
Is it a musical too?
Yes.
How did I miss Shock Treatment?
You never saw Shock Treatment?
Don't
go in expecting it to be as great as Rocky Horror. It's not. Matter of fact, it didn't even get like a theatrical release. It just got released as a midnight movie.
Oh, I can believe that.
It didn't even. It's rarely seen. It's not on TV very often.
I'm gonna watch it.
It took forever for it to come out on video and DVD. It's not on Blu-ray. But I mean, there's some great songs in it. And he's talking about Richard O'Brien is talking about like maybe, you know, I think he actually did write a direct sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show, something like Return of the Old Queen or something like that. But Fox owns it, but as far as we know, they're not moving on it. So, which is too bad with the 40th anniversary. But you know, a lot of the actors, they're all old now.
Well, and I think
you have to get all new people. And I don't know. After seeing, I know, you know, plenty of shows, 70s show, that Glee show. I think they did a Rocky Horror one. I didn't watch. I don't watch it.
This has been done over and over by plenty of.
Even in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, when they go to the Halloween party, they dress up as characters from Rocky Horror. So it's all over the place. You know, it's as much a part of pop culture as, you know, Star Wars, Star Trek, any of those other things that came out of that period. So.
Good movie. Good.
You know, but I would definitely seek out the sequel just to say you saw it. There's some catchy tunes. Just don't expect it to be as good because it's not.
No.
But
this is a great party.
It's different.
Movie.
It's totally different.
This is a great movie to just at Halloween have a Halloween party and just play this loud.
It's
booming in the house.
It's always good to watch if there's at least one or two people that have seen it and know what to do. So you know, I can get by. I haven't been to it in so long.
Know a lot more than I do.
Maybe a lot of the jokes are different. I'd love to go again soon and hear what's new. What's stayed the same? What's new? Did I add anything? You know? Because I know the alfalfa shadow. I never heard anybody else say it.
Really?
No.
That was yours?
So, you know, I looked at it one time and I saw alfalfa shadow, and I don't think I ever heard anybody say it.
Well, if we go again, me and you are going to holler it as loud as possible.
Yeah, I don't, or maybe there's something else. I don't recall anyone else ever saying that. And my little thing was my rose tinted glasses, but I'm sure other people have done that.
Yeah.
Who knows? I haven't been to it in so long, but fun movie. Like I said, the movie I've seen in the theaters the most, not necessarily one of my top 10 favorite movies, but I do love it. And when the 40th anniversary Blu-ray comes out next week, I'm snagging it up because I don't have it on Blu-ray, so I'm going to get it.
Heck yeah. And it's a great one to pop in around this time.
Yeah.
Just music lovers.
And I guess if you like movies like this, a good double feature with this movie would be a Brian De Palma movie called Phantom of the Paradise. It's a sort of like a 80s rock and roll take on Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
And
it's like about a phantom in like a paradise.
In a club called the Paradise, I believe. And if you've never seen it, you can download, you know, or rent it or whatever, and check it out. It's on Blu-ray.
Sounds good.
Those two movies make a cool double feature. Wow. So, and I remember when I went to go see it in Toledo. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, they were supposed to show a double feature with that and Shock Treatment.
Okay.
And they didn't get Shock Treatment. They ended up seeing Heavy Metal.
Okay.
The cartoon movie Heavy Metal. Yeah. So I got to see that on the big screen.
That's cool.
But Shock Treatment would have been cooler to see on the big screen.
Well,
That's it, guys.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about doing something maybe special here pretty soon, something maybe non-horror, just to broaden our horizons a little bit, just because we feel
I think we owe
it to ourselves.
I think next week we're going to do a favorite of ours,
Yes.
A Shot in the Dark, Pink Panther, Peter Sellers.
Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen it, like I said, not
horror, but we
but
don't need to every week. We do. A majority of us is going to be horror, right. But
and this one's going to be kind of hard because I'm going to want to hear it while we're doing it, but I know we can't. It's just I can't wait to watch it. And I think once in a great while we're going to do this. Just throw one of our old school favorites.
Yeah,
I love comedy, and unfortunately, not many things get me to laugh.
Oh,
you
right.
know, like
Same
modern
here.
stuff. So W.C. Fields, Peter Sellers.
Same here.
You know, stuff like that. I will.
Peter Sellers is one of those. It's one of those things that either you get it or you don't. I mean, because there's people who look at it and go,
yeah, or some of the good Woody Allen movies we could.
That too. You know, I mean,
we're gonna do Manhattan Murder Mystery at some point.
Oh yeah.
And,
that's another one. But we'll do. We're gonna do Shot in the Dark next week.
Yep, and then
we'll go back to maybe a real hardcore horror.
Yeah, we got to get back. It's getting to be Halloween time. We got a few lined up. We're gonna do one with our children. If we didn't mention before, we're gonna do like some Halloween style Bugs Bunny cartoons, Stooges, Little Rascals with the scary Halloween theme. We're gonna have the kids chime in, so that one might be kind of fun if you got children. Oh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. Maybe get them all to dress up or something.
Heck yeah, yeah, and even I'll dress up maybe.
Yeah, I just might do this.
Oh jeez. Okay, well, hey, with that, hope you enjoyed this and check out Rocky Horror Picture Show, man.
Later, group.
Later.